Now on CoastTV News.
2 dead after a tragic car crash. The community of Lewes mourning teens taken too soon.
Dangerous heat grips Delmarva. How this run of high temperatures has impacted farms and agriculture.
Flu for Fido. A canine outbreak of influenza taking a toll on local shelters.
This is CoastTV News at 6.
A fiery crash. 2 teens dead after a terrible car crash. Good evening. I'm Madeline Overturf.
And I'm Charlie Sakaitis. Welcome to our News at 6. We begin tonight with that tragic accident. This is where it happened, in the area of the 1600 block of Gills Neck Road. The crash was late last night at about 11:26 p.m. This is what we know so far. Delaware State Police says a BMW driving fast failed to negotiate that sharp turn on Gills Neck Road.
The car ran off the road, eventually crashing into a house, a tree, and metal fence.
That car then caught on fire. Both of the teens in the car were killed, and now we have a community in mourning and in disbelief. This is the sharp corner on Gills Neck Road where 2 teenage boys launched off the main drag, crashed into a house before exploding into a deadly fireball. Helen Lawson lives right next door, and when she looked out her window late last night, she was shocked.
I saw a fire across the street, and it looked like a big bonfire. And then I went out in the backyard, and the fire just increased, and it was going up beyond the trees.
It didn't take long for emergency crews to arrive.
I saw 3 or 4 cop cars coming in, and then like all the fire trucks from all the neighboring townships.
The fire was eventually put out, and no one inside the home was hurt, but the 2 boys in the car didn't make it. While we don't have the names of the victims, based on Facebook posts from the Cape Henlopen lacrosse team and football team, it seems both were athletes at the school. Tuesday, the district releasing this statement, quote, "The Cape Henlopen School District is deeply saddened to learn of the death of 2 of our high school students as a result of a tragic accident that occurred on July 15th. We extend our heartfelt sympathies to all involved and the students' families and friends," unquote. The investigation into this tragic accident is ongoing, but Lawson thinks that the stretch of road could have played a role.
Well, it's a dangerous curve. You know, I think people don't realize how tight that curve is, and they go really fast.
In fact, she says it's not even the first time she's seen trouble around this curve.
Oh, it's tough. This is like the 3rd accident since we've been here, and we've been here about 6.5 years.
While more questions still need to be answered, for the family of the victims, their friends, and the community, what matters now is the loss they're feeling after the needless death of 2 young men. According to the Cape Henlopen School District, school counselors will be available for students who might need the help while they cope with this shocking and devastating loss. Those counselors are available from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. for the rest of the week.
New in Milford, 3 teenagers arrested after police say they got 3 separate calls with victims reporting they had been shot with hard pellets through a passing silver sedan. All the teens were charged with conspiracy in the 3rd degree, reckless endangering in the 2nd degree, and disorderly conduct. Officials say they were all processed on active warrants and released to their families. They do have a future court date in Kent County Family Court.
If you have been outside at all today, you could probably tell today is the hottest day we've seen across Delmarva this summer, with temps hitting well into the 90s, even in the shade. But businesses like Bluebird Farms have to endure the dangerous heat to stay open. Even with fans running 24/7, there are still things to be done outside to keep Bluebird Farms in tip-top shape. One of the biggest priorities, of course, watering plants.
The plants are always watered every day in the morning. And now with this extreme heat, we will water some of them twice a day.
The owner hopes today will be the last day of the heat wave and hopes to see more rain in the future. Well, let's find out a little bit more about that. Let's take a live look outside into Ocean City. Looks gorgeous out there. Again, very, very hot, and we need to find out from Chief Meteorologist Paul Williams, is there any reprieve on the horizon, Paul?
There is, but it's not on the immediate horizon. It's on the distant horizon, because we still have at least just one more day of this crazy heat, which will transition to a possible thunderstorm situation. And we're dealing with the threat of thunderstorms even as early as tonight. So our Tendall's Casual Furniture in Ocean City, we're looking pretty decent. I mean, that breeze is helping things out, but we'll have temperatures staying in the 80s. Here's where we stand right now. 95 in Rehoboth Beach, 77 Bethany Beach, but 95 in Millsboro, 96 Redden, 92 in Milton. We have a severe thunderstorm watch. And in fact, now, peep this. A watch means ingredients are on the table for making the cake, okay? They're not together and the cake is cooking. In other words, we have the ingredients in place for a possible severe thunderstorm, not necessarily finding one in place now. Heat advisories active for the entire Delmarva Peninsula, so all that heat, along with this trough that's pushing through, could be a bad combination if they come together right. Right now, they're coming together wrong, so we don't have to worry about it. But you know what, Maddie? It looks like we're going to have to watch out for some serious storms tomorrow.
Filling bags with fresh produce and other goodies, the heat hasn't kept people from patronizing the Rehoboth Beach Farmers Market. Farmers of Delmarva have been working hard at their craft, even with the sun beating down, and they're accompanied by live music. However, it's not just humans who have to tolerate even high temperatures in the name of producing food.
The bees don't like to fly when it's 90 degrees. You know, they stay in there to take care of their queen. They're keeping her cool. They won't produce as much honey because they're not out flying and pollinating.
On the other hand, Brady says despite the heat, the crops have been beautiful.
Sussex County has announced the opening of several cooling stations to help people stay cool during these temperatures as they rise into triple digits and continue to stick there. Sussex County says paramedics will make routine stops into the stations to answer heat questions and hand out free water bottles. There will be 4 sites, which are the County Administration Building, the Greenwood Library, the Milton Library, and the South Coastal Library. For more detailed information, visit our website.
In this extreme heat and high temperatures, the CDC recommends drinking more water than usual, and that's regardless of your activity. The CDC says don't wait until you're thirsty to drink. Aim for water instead of caffeinated or carbonated drinks. If you're feeling dehydrated, you may want to have a sports drink or a fruit juice to replace salt and minerals that you may have lost from heavy sweating.
Along with taking care of ourselves, it is important to take care of our pets during the heat. One of the most dangerous things you can do during these high temperatures is leaving a pet in the car. Do not do that. According to the American Veterinary Medical Association, heat can rise 20 degrees in 10 minutes and upwards of 40 degrees in just an hour. The First State Animal Center and SPCA says if you notice a dog in a hot car, go get help. Let the businesses where the car is parked know so that they can help try to locate the owner. If you can't find the owner, the SPCA says get a hold of the police. And this brings us to our CoastTV poll. We want to know, what do you think about this heat wave?
Let's take a look at the updated results from last news hour. Taking a look at your screen, you can see 37%, a very slim majority, say it's summer. Get over it. 34% are concerned about the climate, and 29% say it is just too hot.
I just like the way Maddie said it. Get over it.
Get over it.
If you haven't voted yet, it's easy to do. Go to CoastTV.com or use our CoastTV mobile app. We'll show you some updated results on CoastTV News at 11.
New in Fenwick Island, the town is continuing to work on pedestrian safety. Officials are planning to work on planting flowers and trees along medians to serve as a visual reminder for drivers to slow down as they travel throughout Fenwick. This is all part of the town's 2024 comprehensive plan.
Speaking of safety, Fenwick Island town officials will be getting together to discuss improving safety on Route 1. Some of the areas will include sidewalks, crosswalks, road signs, and traffic calming measures. The town meets tomorrow at 10 a.m.
Here's some development news along the coast. In Georgetown, there will be a preliminary subdivision review for the approval of a 238-lot subdivision tomorrow. The development would be called Shortleaf Preserve with single-family homes and townhouses. This is on the east side of Parker Road and south of East Trap Road.
New in Lewes, Sussex County Planning and Zoning will meet this Wednesday to talk about another development. It would be in the area that you see on your screen. This is near the Vineyards apartment complex, in case you know where that is. The project is called North Star. It is planned between Route 9 and both sides of Beaver Dam Road. The proposal calling for 750 single-family homes, 96,000 square feet of commercial space.
Tomorrow in Lewes, the Planning Commission will hear a request from the Overfalls Foundation. They want to build a new structure there next to that historic lightship. They want to extend the Overfalls Museum. And according to the city's agenda, this would be near the Monomoy surfboat and playground.
Staying on the coast, Dewey Beach will be looking into a common problem in that area, flooding. This Thursday, the town will hear from an engineering group for an update on the installation and the performance of flaps that have been installed on stormwater pipes on Reed Avenue Bayside. Now these flaps, what they do is they help push the water out to the bay. Officials are also going to be talking about concerns with continued flooding in Dewey Beach. All of this slated for July 18th at 3.
In traffic news this week in Milton, nighttime closures, so plan ahead if you drive at night. Now until Friday from 7 to 7, crews are working at the bridge project, that overpass that's being built on Route 1 and Route 16. And we are just getting started this evening.
The newest update on the new pollinator garden in Fenwick, where you can view these vibrant new plants.
And we have heat warnings that have been activated for us here on the coast. And you can see that we've been trending above the norm previously, and now we're going back into that same pattern. We'll talk about more, which you can expect for tomorrow coming up.
But first, an influenza outbreak hurting dogs at local shelters. We'll tell you how to keep your dog safe when we are back in just 60 seconds.
When choosing windows and doors for your home, at Pella, it's your choice. We manufacture maintenance-free vinyl, fiberglass, and wood-clad windows and patio doors, all with lifetime warranties. High performance, energy efficient, and loaded with options to help make your house your home. Industry first features and benefits make living easier and increase your home's value. Visit our Experience Center or call us today to schedule your free in-home consultation where we bring the showroom to you.
In 1924, my grandfather, J. Con Scott, decided to start a life in the furniture business. I'm proud to say that as the third generation, we celebrate our 100-year anniversary. From a humble small-town furniture store to an interior design destination, with 35,000 square feet in Selbyville and our newest location in Rehoboth Beach. J. Con Scott celebrating our 100-year anniversary.
This is Coast TV News at 6.
It may be best to keep your furry friends at home and away from large crowds of dogs for at least the next month.
The state has issued an order prohibiting shelter and rescue dogs from moving in or out of the state for 30 days due to the canine influenza outbreak.
That's a respiratory disease that affects dogs, and the impact on local shelters is significant.
Lee McKinley, the director of Humane Animal Partners in Sussex County, shared that while the Rehoboth Beach shelter has been fortunate, they have not had an outbreak. The shelter in Wilmington is monitoring 30 confirmed cases. McKinley says that even though the shelter's population numbers are lower than usual, they're using the extra time to give their dogs, like Cade, more love, baths, and playtime.
It's a really difficult situation. Animals can't talk, and so you're seeing animals that are clearly not feeling well. They're lethargic, they're not eating, they just don't have their personalities.
McKinley tells Coast TV that symptoms shelters and dog owners should look out for are persistent coughing, vomiting, diarrhea, and more. For more information how you can help, visit coasttv.com.
Here's a look at your golf forecast. As you're teeing it up, remember it's still crazy hot and we're watching out for a chance of thunderstorms. It'll be a bit fair, but listen, very hot. It's going to feel between 105 to 117 on the golf course. So why don't you wait till the weekend?
Download the free Coast TV First Alert Weather app today.
For professionalism, craftsmanship, and quality products at the best price, choose Window World.
If you need a new roof or windows or siding, just give them a call. I was very pleased and would recommend them to everyone.
Call Window World today.
If you're interested in doing a program like this, Sussex Tech is definitely the place to do it.
Sussex Tech was very conscientious of my work schedule. They were very flexible, and I was able to work and go to school at the same time.
Ms. Doyle was a wonderful teacher. She had confidence in all of us. She made sure to let us know that we were all going to succeed.
Check out Sussex Tech Adult Education online today.
And see how you can earn while you learn with registered apprenticeship and health profession programs at Sussex Tech Adult Education.
Mom, check my height.
As a parent, you do everything you can to provide for your kid so they can grow into their best self.
Same height. Sorry.
But sometimes you need a little extra help.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks to Food Lion Feeds, I don't have to worry if he's getting enough of what he needs. And that's made all the difference for us.
Here to fill tables and hearts with hope.
I've grown an inch. Yes!
Food Lion Feeds, here for every moment.
Mr. Meyer was an awesome teacher.
I taught middle school math in Wilmington.
He goes out of his way. You could just see he really cared.
My students faced the most serious challenges in our community. They needed so much more than algebra.
When he became county executive, he worked to improve all of our schools.
We got teachers funding to innovate in their classrooms, started 1,000 Kids Coding to help low-income students get high-income skills.
Matt Meyer is someone who, when he says he's gonna do something, he does the work. Democrat Matt Meyer for governor.
Customer satisfaction is our top priority.
Window World does an excellent job. I recommend them to all of my clients.
Window World was different because they actually responded to my phone calls and listened to what I was asking for.
Call Window World today.
This is the GMC Sierra, powered by the TurboMax engine, with the confidence of 430 pound-feet of best-in-class standard torque. GMC Sierra, it's the truck. Get 1.9% APR on select 2024 Sierra 1500 models, or get $4,000 purchase cash on this Sierra. We are professional grade GMC.
Delmarva's hit music station, 102.5 WBOC.
When you live on the coast, hey, you live for warm weather, sunshine, and beautiful warm conditions, but this is a little bit extreme when you start, flirting with record highs for several days in a row. That's where we've been. It's going to get a little bit better, but we're going to have to trade off a couple of thunderstorms in order to get some sanity to the temperatures, actually. Our tunnel and razor camera in Lewes, holding at 93 degrees right now. We'll drop from 93 down to 89 by 8 o'clock with partly cloudy skies. Now, we also have a bit of instability in the atmosphere. There's a newly issued severe thunderstorm watch, and that's in effect for Sussex till 10 o'clock for this evening. And what that means in simplest terms is that we could see a thunderstorm try to form, because all the ingredients are in place, until about 10 o'clock for tonight. Doesn't mean that a thunderstorm is a definite thing, but we have the ingredients in place, so we got to watch out for that, especially with being so warm. So much heat energy is in place. You just got to be careful and be mindful of all possible scenarios. We have a heat advisory that's active for the entire Delmarva Peninsula, but specifically for Acromack, Somerset, Wacomico, as well as Worcester. And here's a look at the severe thunderstorm threat as the storms are beginning to kind of plow through. Now, they're not plowing through authentically right now with a big threat. They're way to the west, and it's going to take it a while to get here before we even have to be concerned about it. But remember, it's active until 10 o'clock. Today's high, 96 degrees, just one away from tying the record high again. So we have the heat advisory that's active, a heat warning that kicks in for Wednesday, watching out for 110 to 125 with the heat index. And we have a severe thunderstorm watch in effect now, and we have a first alert threat for storms for Wednesday evening. You see, we're in the 90s right now, but what does it feel like? Well, it feels like 110 to 108 to 104 in all these various areas. And whereas on the coast where it's usually a little cooler, not so much in Lewes or in Rehoboth, holding at 105 and 107 with the heat index there. Air quality is also deteriorating, falling apart a little bit, because now we're in that yellow zone, moderate. We're not unhealthy for sensitive groups, but the air quality has gone from green to yellow. Tracking that heat from earlier today, we got up to like 115 in Seaford, 120, all right, in Seaford, 108 in Long Neck, 105 for us actually in Delmar, and we stayed elevated going into the evening hours. Now, the dew point temperatures are in the 70s, mid to upper 70s. That raises the miserableness of what's happening because you can see we're staying very humid. We dip a little bit Friday, but we go right back up again. And we have that threat, at least a second level threat of severe storms in our area as a result of that. So as we get ready to come to an end here, we'll notice as we go into Wednesday, I'm thinking Wednesday evening at about 10:30, that's when we're expecting the worst of the storms begin to push through very quickly in our area. So we'll be mindful of that for tomorrow's potential for thunderstorms. Here's a look at your Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling extended forecast. Thunderstorms on Thursday, but they shouldn't be quite so strong if we get that stormy weather Wednesday night.
Paul, thank you. Good news out of Fenwick Island. The town says its new pollinator garden is in full bloom. You can look at the garden there, and some vibrant flowers have appeared. The garden is located at Bunting Avenue and Lewes Street.
Moving to sports, tonight is the 94th Major League All-Star Game. DSN's Tim Nolan shares why this is a special one for Birdland.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Yes, the Midsummer Classic is just hours away. And for the first time since 1980, an Oriole starts on the mound for the American League. Corbin Burns starts tonight in the heart of Texas. He's 9-4 with a 2.43 ERA this season. Burns becomes the first American League pitcher since Chris Sale in 2017 to be named an All-Star starting pitcher in his first season with the new ball club. The 29-year-old former Brewer is one of 3 O's taking the field tonight. Gunnar Henderson hits second and is playing short, while Adley Rutschman will be catching Burns and batting 8th. Those two get to face the rookie phenom, NL starter Paul Skeens. The fireballing righty is set to become the first rookie to start the All-Star game since Hideo Nomo back in 1995. Skeens makes his Midsummer Classic debut just over a year after being drafted first overall by the Pirates. He's the first #1 pick to do that in Major League history. Skeens is 6-0 with a 1.90 ERA this year. You Phillies fans have plenty to keep an eye on too. How about 8 All-Stars tonight? That's a franchise record. First pitch set for 8 p.m. on our sister station, Fox 21.
Transform your bath today with Baths by Spicer Brothers.
Call now and ask about our Refresh for Less promotion and get a new bath or shower for only $69.95. Plus, get 20% off all upgrades.
Imagine stepping into a beautifully renovated bath designed by our experts and installed by our certified professionals.
This offer is hotter than a sauna and won't last forever. So don't miss out on our Refresh for Less promotion for just $69.95 with 20% off all upgrades.
Before you sign, keep Baths by Spicer Brothers in mind, because you deserve the best.
This morning's weather forecast courtesy of Baths by Spicer Brothers, a Delmarva tradition for over 20 years.
Delaware State Fair.
A small state, big fun. The Delaware Lottery Summer Concert Series at the M&T Bank Grandstand. Thrilling rides with unlimited ride wristbands. Carnival games. An outdoor circus. Your favorite fair food. Farm animals and more. July 18th through 27th. Download the Delaware State Fair mobile app. Tickets and details at DelawareStateFair.com.
Everyone has Black Friday deals for the holidays, but only one store has them now. It's Johnny Janosic's Black Friday in July, with deals so good we couldn't wait till November. Shop now and get an extra 20% off, or 0% APR for 48 months. Find incredible doorbuster deals, like this contemporary sofa, now only $899.95, or this 7-piece casual dining set, only $649.95. But it's through Monday only, and only at Johnny Janosic.
Drive into summer with a Honda CR-V and Accord. Your fun-to-drive, weekend getaway vehicles. And when you drive a Honda, you're driving with the 2024 Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Value brand. Act now to get an offer you'll love. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or hurry into the Honda Summer Event.
Faster internet is better. That's why Extreme is increasing speeds and lowering prices, giving you more go, more whoa, more vroom, and boom for less. Get Internet 250 with whole home Wi-Fi 360 Pro for just $19.99 a month for a year. Plus, add the Xumo Stream Box for even more value. New faster speeds, new lower prices. Call 844-EXTREME2.
The beauty is hard to miss at Ocean City's premier golf course, Eagles Landing. Overlook the Sinnapunxent Bay's salt marshes and enjoy the unspoiled beauty of Assateague Island National Seashore. Eagles Landing offers 5 sets of tees, making the course playable for beginners and challenging for most skilled golfers. And the Caddy Shack Cafe and Pro Shop ensure golfers have everything they need. Find our best rates at eagleslandinggolf.com. Eagles Landing, upholding the tradition of the game.
Today's Weather Emoji Cast is brought to you by OC Tourism. Somewhere to smile about.
Here's a look courtesy of our Gateway Subaru camera. Temperature staying in the 80s. Beautiful view, by the way. But we are still a little mindful that we have a severe thunderstorm watch in effect until 10 o'clock for tonight, meaning that we could see a thunderstorm or two. The ingredients are in place. They're just not melded together to create the storm just yet. Heat advisory is also active for our area, so please be mindful of that as well. And the storms haven't started to our west just yet. Here's a look at our weather line. Just a phone call away, sponsored by Baird, Mandalas, Brockstead, and Federico. And finally, here's a look at your exclusive 10-day forecast.
Well, thank you, and thanks for joining us here for Coast TV News at 6.
For more news, more local weather, download our Coast TV News app.
The NBC Nightly News is up next.
And we're going to see you later tonight for Coast TV News at 11. Have a great evening.